Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this crocheted checkered bag. For this bag, you will need 2 colors of yarn. I'm using 4 medium weight acrylic yarn. For this bag, I'm going to make it white and this like golden color. And then for this one, I made it green and blue. I'll link all the colors in my blog post in the description. You will also need a 5mm crochet hook, scissors, and a tapestry needle. And then I wanted to add faux leather straps, so I will link to this strap that I got on Amazon. And then you will also need 1-inch gold D-rings, also bought on Amazon. I will link the ones I got. So this bag, just so you know, for the measurements, is 9 inches this way, this panel, and then 8 inches from the top to the bottom, kind of what would be the seam. And then these 2 side panels are 2 inches, so just so you know the measurements. And then if you want to add a fabric lining on the inside, you can get cotton fabric. I just got a yard, and then you would need a sewing needle and thread, and then I hand sewed it. So I will show you how to make the lining at the end of this video, which will be optional. Make a slip knot with my 5mm crochet hook, and then I'm going to chain 34. So you make a chain of 34, yarn over, and you're going to insert the hook in the 3rd chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, and make a half double crochet. So insert the hook, pull a loop through, yarn over, and then pull through all 3 loops on the hook. Do that 2 more times. So now you've done 3 half double crochet. Now we're going to do another half double crochet with gold, but we're now going to change the colors to white. So this is how you're going to change the color every time. So on the last stitch that you do with the color, which will be the 4th half double crochet always, so this is the 4th one, insert, pull loop through. Then instead of yarning over with the gold, you're going to yarn over with the new color, so the white, and pull that through, because now the next stitch will be with white. You'll take the gold and just pull it a little tight, and you're going to tuck it in now. So yarn over with the white, tuck that gold in, tuck this white tail in, insert the hook, pull the yarn through. So now the tail and the gold are going to stay inside the stitch. Pull a loop through, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. So now you've just switched to white. So we'll do that again with white 2 more times. And now I'm just keeping the gold there, so I'm never cutting it. So that was the 3rd one. So now we're going to do 1 more. And now I'm going to take the gold and yarn over and finish out the stitch with the gold. So now I'm ready to do gold again. And now I'm going to tuck the white in and carry the white yarn through. 1, 2, 3. Then on the 4th one, instead of pulling the gold over, I'm going to pull the white over and then just pull that white yarn through. Now when you are switching colors constantly, you're going to notice that the yarn is going to get really twisted. So really after every row, I actually just kind of go through and just untwist it. Just take a few moments to do that at the end of every row, just so it doesn't get too balled up. So you'll keep going like this. You're going to end up at the end of this row with 32 half double crochet and 8 color blocks. So I'll meet you at the end of this row and show you how we'll add a new row. I just finished row 1. So the last stitch was in white. Now I'm going to turn my work for row 2 and take the white and chain up 2. So for row 2, we're going to keep it the same colors as the colors that are below it. So we're going to go white, gold, white, gold. And then for the next row, for row 3, you're going to be doing the opposite color of the row below. But for this, we're going to keep it the same. So yarn over, and you're going to carry that gold strand up because you're going to want to tuck that behind. Same thing. You're going to half double crochet 4 times. 1, 2, and I'm just constantly tucking that gold strand in there. 3, and then on that 4th one, switching to the gold. And now pull that white a little tight, kind of lay it on top of the stitch so you can just tuck that in as you go. 1, 2. See, and my yarn's already getting twisted. So you want to make sure after every row you kind of untwist it, because otherwise it does turn like this and then it can get knotted. So just want to be mindful of that when constantly switching colors. So that's 3, and then the 4th one we switch to white. And then keep going like that all the way down to the end as well. Now that I'm approaching the end of row 2, I'm going to do the last 2 stitches here. Now, because it's a checkered print, the next row, when I turn it, I'm going to want to do white first. So that means on this last stitch, on this second row, I want to switch to white at the last stitch. So I do that 4th half double crochet, and now I'm going to switch to white. Pull that yellow in tight, and now chain up 2 and turn. And now I am going to be doing white, gold, so it'll be a different color than what's below it. But it still works the same way. I'm going to pull this yellow up and tuck it in. And now I'm just working with white first. All the same rules apply. I do 4 half double crochet, and then on the last one I switch to the new color, and I keep going like that. So now you can see how the checkered pattern is going to form. So each box is 2 rows of half double crochet. So you just want to make sure that you're doing, you do 2 rows where it's matching, and then you're going to switch the colors. So you'll keep doing that until you get to 32 rows. We're going to keep, because you want to end up with 16 boxes. So whether you want to count the rows or you want to count the boxes, but each box is 2 rows. So you want to do 16 boxes or 32 rows. So we're going to keep doing that, and I'll meet you back here once we finish all of that. Now that you are finished doing the entire front, bottom, and back panels of the bag, I'm going to show you how to make these side panels. And when you make this side panel, you want to, basically it's 32 rows, and then you want to measure this to be about 7.5 inches, and then this is 2.5 inches wide. So I'll show you how to do that. Just take your gold or whatever your side panel color is, make a slip knot, and chain 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then you will make a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. And then make a single crochet going all the way across. I'm going to tuck the tail behind. Once you're done with this row, you will end up with 8 single crochets, which, like I said, should measure to about 2.5 inches wide. And then turn your work, chain up 1, and then just keep going across with 8 single crochets. in each row. So you will end up with this rectangle shape that looks like this. So at the end, you'll finish off, weave your ends, and you'll end up with this panel. And now I'm going to show you how to attach it, which is very simple. Line up the corner here, and then just line it up here like this. So basically it should measure to the side panel being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 boxes it goes down, and then 2 boxes along the side, along the bottom here, it's going to line up with perfectly, and then 7 going up the other side. In order to attach, I'm going to make a slip knot and attach these 2 corners with a single crochet. So insert the hook through both corners and then just pull a loop through, then yarn over and make a single crochet. And now I'm going to keep doing that. So in the next space, insert through the main piece, insert through the side panel, pull through, single crochet. And you'll keep attaching these at the very tippy end, the last row, the last stitch, with single crochet, evenly going down. And you should end up with about 32 single crochet once you go down the end. So I'll show you on this side. So it's about 32 single crochet going down this way. And then you'll turn the corner and work 8 single crochet across the bottom, and then 32 single crochet going up. So I just finished doing 32 single crochet going down the side. Now I want to go across the bottom. So I'm just going to line up that next corner, and it should line up perfectly with 2 boxes along the bottom, and then just insert in the next stitch on both the side panel and the main bag, and just as best you can try to be even about where you insert the hook, so that way you have even stitches going across. Your 8th single crochet going across the bottom, and then now I'm going to be working up this side, so you just keep going, insert in the next, in like the corner here and here, and then same as the other side, just keep going. And it's good to kind of keep a count so that way everything is staying even. And you'll keep going up the side, and it should be 32 single crochet, and you'll be nice and even. If it gets bunched up or anything like that, you just might have to undo it and redo it again until you start to get really even. So it looks like this side where I have nicely spaced out for these side panels. So once you finish, make that slip knot, pull it tight, cut an end, and then you will just weave through to finish this off. So you can keep weaving in and out, and then eventually cut the tail. All right, so now the structure of the bag is done. So to attach a D-ring like this, you will take your 1-inch D-ring, where did it go, and just first line it up and see where it's going to be. So I'm going to put it in between like that first and second row on the top here. Take your tapestry needle and a long piece of yarn, and I'm going to make a triple knot at the end. 1, 2, 3, and then insert the other end into the tapestry needle. Before I do anything with the D-ring, I'm just going to line it up and then insert where I want my first stitch to be. And I'm just going to go a few times in this area just to secure that knot in place so it doesn't pop out. Then line your D-ring up and you're ready to start stitching. So pretty simple. You'll go from the back to the front and then from the front to the back, including that D-ring inside that loop there. And then same thing. You want to make these stitches as close together as possible to really secure that D-ring. So I'm just going to carefully go from one end to the other, making these nice tight stitches just right next to one another. I'm not counting how many stitches I need. I'm just nice and carefully going, nice and tight, until you get to the other side. Here. All right, now that I'm at this last stitch here, I'll pull through the back and then make a knot on this back side by just inserting only in the back and then pulling it so you're left with a loop here in the back. And then make a double knot by going in and out, and then pulling that nice and tight. And then take your needle and you'll just thread it through a bunch of times to finish this off. And then just cut the tails. And I have a few other tails I want to cut here and here. Okay, so at this point, you are done with your bag. Technically, from here, you can just hook on your straps, sew on your straps if you're, whatever you want to do with your straps, and you're done. So this is the entire bag. Now, if you want to add a fabric lining like this to the inside of your bag, I kind of recommend it. It definitely keeps the bag, like it doesn't stretch when I put things in the bag, and then doesn't stretch on these D-rings as well, because it just has nowhere to go. So I would recommend adding a sewed lining to it. I hand sew it, so it's really not that fancy, really not that complicated. So I will link to the video where I will show you how to make a boxed lining for this bag. But otherwise, this will be really liked this tutorial. Let me know in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe, and again, check out that boxed lining, hand sewn lining video so you can learn how to line the inside of your bag. Thanks.